I know. It has been a while since I've done one of these videos taking a look at online businesses that are for sale. But quite frankly, I just haven't found anything that is really worth sharing. There have been a lot of content websites based on organic SEO, and well, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I really don't like those businesses, at least from an acquisitions perspective. I prefer businesses that A, have a brand, and B, have a real meaty business model behind them other than just publishing content and capitalizing on free traffic from Google that may or may not exist going forward, right? So I'm looking for businesses that have a service or product behind them and could be sustainable on paid ads and have a brand built up, stuff like that. And really, there's not been many of those that I've seen or that I've been able to find for sale in the last few weeks. This week, though, I do have one. It's from Quiet Light Brokerage. It's a 21-plus-year-old transportation industry e-com business with no paid ads. So the fact that it's been around for 21 years, and that's basically an eternity in the online business world, is very appealing to myself. And also the fact that it's done this with no paid ads, and because it's e-com, there's some type of product, the business could possibly thrive with paid ads. So let's take a further look at this one. I have not gone through and read this one. I'm just operating on the headline here. Revenue, $3 million. Income, $1.39 million, so almost 1.4. Multiple, 3x. I was going to say 4x, but I'm looking at the asking price, getting ahead of myself already, thinking 4. Asking $4.18 million with inventory. Okay, so you got to pay more for the inventory. Wonder how much that'll be. Launched in 2001, this e-commerce business operates in the transportation industry, primarily selling its core product offering to consultants and local governments to collect traffic data. Local governments mandate this type of data collection for all projects, from where to put driveways to new turn lanes for a proposed Walmart. So I'm thinking this is like some type of strip that is laid out across the road and counts how many people cross over it, in that lane. The owner expects this traffic data collection will continue to be required by local governments to make its planning decisions, just as it has been needed for decades. And I would agree with that. I don't see anything coming of change to traffic collection devices. If you follow government projects like this, usually they have to pay some consulting firm for a study, which that's kind of alluded to here. Consultants, product offering to consultants. The consulting firm does a study and charges like an exorbitant 6-figure amount to tell you what you already need, and that is that turn lane gets way too fucking much traffic. Anyways, they need to pay somebody for the study first, and the study is using this equipment, or the consulting firm doing the study is using this equipment. The first version of their core product offering was released in 2010, and subsequent new versions have been released along the way, with their most recent offering coming out in 2021. Product development is an ongoing pursuit by the in-house team, and a new version is already in development. The pandemic forced the owner to dramatically cut staff and focus on their product offering, which led to a much stronger business coming out of the pandemic with a smaller team operating more profitably. One of the most significant aspects of the business is they generate sales without traditional paid advertising. The owner is an engineer by trade and has focused his efforts on building the best product possible. The business has grown primarily through word of mouth. Over the years operating within this industry, a new owner with experience in sales and marketing could focus on scaling the business much more quickly. The owner works about 5 hours a week managing the team, isn't looking to sell after 20 years of working on the business, so he can pursue a new career as a math teacher. Okay, there's all kinds of weird stuff in here. And the icing on the cake is pursue a new career as a math teacher. I don't know about you, but why do you want to go from making $1.3 million a year to being a math teacher? Right? Like, even if you are the prim de la prim of math teachers, that's $200K a year. 1.3 million a year to 200K a year. What's going on there? Something seems off. The other thing that's off, and maybe we all caught this here, is launched in 2001. First version of their core product was released in 2010. So what happened those 9 years before that first version of the product was offered? And then it says where was it? I thought I caught something in here about traffic to website. Maybe it's just the word traffic in here is making me think of traffic to website. No, it doesn't say anything about that in here. Okay, so this also stood out. The business has grown primarily through word of mouth over the years of operating in this industry. So I'm wondering, what kind of connections does this owner operator, who is currently an engineer or is an engineer, have possibly with these consultants? That would be something to look into. Like, what is his relationship with them, and did he foster the relationships with them to ultimately get the business where it is? And that could be either a competitive advantage, right? If you got these relationships and they're going to sustain, or B, that could be a problem if they're going to leave. So you want to see, as a buyer, how sticky these relationships are, and then C, with that, how viable is it to run paid ads? Because, how many traffic industry consultants are really out there, right? Like, I can't just run Facebook ads to an audience of 10 million people like I like to do for a traffic counting device if there's only 100 people in the United States that are buying this. The way that has grown is not through running ads, but that's through boots on the ground and getting a sales team to go out there and make cold calls, get on the phone with these people and have meetings, and probably even walk into these people's offices and deliver lunch, or go out to dinner and drinks with the people that are in the industry. And you would need somebody in the industry that's doing that. And maybe the owner of this business did this before he got to where it is now. I mean, that would make logical sense. And then there's product development. How much skill do you really need to develop this product ongoing? All right, so I'm highlighting a lot of negatives here and a lot of risks in this business, because this does not seem like your traditional online business for somebody that is really an e-com entrepreneur. This is an online business for somebody that is ideally in the traffic control device space, or maybe at least has some experience there, and or has some experience selling offline. I'm not saying this is a business that nobody can run because it's, so niche. I don't feel like that. I think that somebody that's properly motivated with these sales skills and properly motivated to do product development could run this business. I'm not going to say probably, but could run this business. But, there's some benefits here, and that is, when you get into a niche product like that, how many competitors are you really going to have? Like, who are your competitors out here in the traffic counting space? Right? I don't know of any, because I'm not one of the 100 people nationwide that's buying this product. But there's probably not that many. And number two, once you've built these relationships and these people are all ordering from you, they're probably pretty sticky, right? Like, they're bidding high value, high margin contracts. And, these projects to do the consulting for, roadways. I know of one in a small town, and the fee for it, mind you, this was like back in 2009 that I heard about this project, was something like $350,000. And this was like a small town population. I don't know what the population was at the time, but small town. Like, this thing was not coming up on your map for a major metropolis. That's for damn sure. Small town was paying $350,000 for, like a artery roadway for a couple miles and consulting, and they were running these little counting devices out there. And that was $350,000 back then. These projects that the consultants are doing are probably going into millions for major highways and stuff in major metros. So they have the budget in the margin to just pay whatever it is for this device, right? Like, if you're selling your device for $10,000, totally hypothetical number, I don't know what it is, they're not going to just jump ship and go with somebody for $9,000, right? That $1,000 is often immaterial in the broad scheme of their project. They're just going to go with whoever they know and whoever it's easiest to order from. So I do like that about this business. This is a very interesting business, and I think this could be a very good online business for someone, but I'm certainly not going to lump this into the e-commerce business and, digital marketing driven business. Would I say this business is for me? No. It's an interesting business. I like this business, to be quite frank. but this is really fundamentally not a business for me. So on that note, if this is a business for you, just Google this right here, 21 plus year old transportation industry e-commerce business with no paid ads, and look for the Google result that pops up for Quiet Light. Go on there, click the link, make an inquiry, and if you buy the business or make an offer on the business, do reach out and let me know, guys. That's a wrap on this one. Hopefully next week there's some more interesting and meaty online businesses for sale, and I can get back to making this a weekly thing. But as I said, last few weeks there really hasn't been many of substance like this 21-year-old transportation industry business. So guys, on that note, I am signing off. Take care, and of course, hey, if you found this helpful and insightful, do me a sweet one and hit that like and subscribe button.